Welcome to the podcast that's been named one of the best in marketing research. This is Research Business Daily Report, which is made possible by our exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Lederer, for more than 25 years, the respected voice in market research. The coronavirus is here, but we aren't sure exactly where, and no one is sure how serious the situation may get, nor can anyone guess how long this threat will last. Yet it is certainly a national crisis affecting individuals and businesses, and coronavirus can't help but put every person and every business executive in management in the uncomfortable position of not knowing, perhaps fearing, the future as it begins to unfold. I've observed research laboring through at least 3 earlier recessions during my 25-year history with RFL Communications. Nothing, obviously, is quite like this coronavirus situation, but during prior downturns, research has corporately been downplayed and sometimes outright ignored. And any way you look at it, the business of research has received the short end of the stick in all of those situations. I've been wondering for days what's happening broadly in our industry right now. And then on Wednesday morning, KL Communications blogged about its online qualitative being able to fulfill some current client research needs. And today, in a bit of a different way of presenting to you, we do have an interview with KL President Kevin Lonnie, who joined us on Zoom to discuss what's going on. And I began by asking Kevin what prompted his blog.
As a response from what we were hearing in the industry, we were at the Quirks event in Brooklyn last week, and some of the speakers on the client side weren't there. For the most part, they were able to do an online or a WebEx performance of their presentation. But clearly what we're hearing was the travel ban taking effect. And we were seeing left and right that any type of in-person setting, particularly if it was a larger setting, was not going to happen. And more corporations were curtailing that activity. So it occurred to us that, what we offer is an online qualitative alternative. And so it was a matter of just laying it out there, just communicating the fact, like, look, obviously this is unprecedented times, but you can still do your research. You just need to move it to an online environment so it's safer for both our clients and for the participants themselves.
Your company and my company are both something over 20 years old, but I don't think either one of us has come across anything that is as unique a situation as this coronavirus situation seems to be, insofar as its potential impact on business. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Like yourself, Bob, I started the company right out of grammar school, which is why we're still so young today. But yeah, it's both of us over 20 years. So I've been through 2001 and the recession that followed. I've been through the Great Recession of 2008. But though this is unprecedented because the reality in the news is just changing throughout the day. We just talked about things which are going to be so outdated. For instance, like sporting events where they're not going to let the fans in anymore. Conferences being canceled. It puts our clients in a situation where they have to respond in terms of, well, how do we do research in these uncertain times?
Are you hearing from potential clients prior to this blog that things might be getting a little bit sticky?
Definitely, because it's definitely not a situation as normal. I mean, there's just so many factors and variables, and most of them completely outside of their control. What their business is going to be able to do, or how they're operating, or what their expected inventory levels are, is changing on a daily basis. The research support that they need is changing on a daily basis. Folks just don't know where we're going to end up as part of this. So it's tumultuous times. And whereas there is the need for research, it's also, well, we can't maybe do things that we would have done before, particularly anything in type of the in-person setting, the in-person focus groups, which don't meet the new definition of social distancing, where you're bringing a bunch of people into a room at a certain period of time, isn't going to work as well. So I think, folks, what we're hearing is that, okay, yeah, we do need to do research as it is warranted. And whereas maybe we've only done online with quant, now is the time to consider online with qual.
Your blog specifically talked and promoted online communities, but I think one of the things that may work in researchers' favor is that when you compare the capabilities now online today with 9/11, with the recession, with earlier, problems with health situations like Ebola and SARS and whatever,
Right.
the industry has advanced so far, and acceptance of online tools has been so well adopted by the industry.
In terms of what you can do online in qual, 2001 is almost 20 years ago. So, it was like online surveys were really in their infancy, and it was sort of awkward forum discussions at best. Now it's obviously you can do the live video chats. There's a lot of work with online ethnography, where that is obviously something that is very robust. Online journaling as well. So there's a lot more tools available. Pretty much anything you can do in person, you can do through the online environment. So that definitely makes a big difference. And you're right. My company, we specialize in online communities. So the blog piece specifically mentioned that. And as everyone knows, an online community is like a 24/7 infrastructure where you have these different tools available to you, and they're meant on an ongoing basis. But there's no reason, if you were doing some traditional groups and you wanted to switch and do online qual, there are a lot of companies out there that specialize in those ad hoc projects.
Do you think right now that your potential clients, and these could be agencies or they could be end user clients, are kind of still caught in no man's land and don't really know exactly what's going to happen that's going to, affect them in coming weeks and months?
I think we're all in the same place. We're not in a situation where I think even the CEOs of these organizations aren't sure where things are going to be going. And so how can they dictate what the research needs are going to be? So it's definitely uncertain. One of our clients in the CPG category, food category, and we're actually doing a survey about how their customers are reacting to COVID-19 in terms of how they shop at the supermarket, and just getting a better understanding of, are things changing and how frequently are they going to go, and how does it affect the types of food that they're looking for. So who would have foreseen that as a research topic a couple of weeks ago? So it's everything is being defined by this in terms of what the topic is and what the topic needs to be in the future.
Final question. Your blog went out on Wednesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of reaction have you received? It's now Wednesday afternoon.
Like about 5 times greater than our normal blog. I think it was because of the timeliness of it. And I think, folks are really trying to understand what this implications are for the industry and what my options are. So we were just trying to put this out there as like as a piece that just communicates the potential of the online qual tools that are available as a way of keeping up on research needs, which are going to have to be very nimble moving forward because the landscape is shifting.
That's your Research Business Daily Report, made possible by our exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. We know that the thousands of research executives who are regular RBDR viewers are enjoying and making use of the average 5-minute long video of an RBDR. In fact, they perceive it as time well spent. And we also know that a good number of them share our videos, both internally with their peers and externally with clients and prospective clients. And we know from situations that we've heard directly about that when you pass along an RBDR to someone, they realize that you're thinking specifically of them, and they will very much thank you. So please visit patreon.com/RBDR and become a patron, as did David Smith since we last spoke with you. And David, thank you very much. We hope you have a great research day, and we will see you back here with us tomorrow.